Previously, we looked at Joshua chapter 8, and we said that with Jesus, even when you're losing, you're winning. And in this chapter, we saw a battle between God's people and this country called Ai, where, first of all, God's people didn't depend upon him, and so they lost. And then a second battle happened where they depended on him, and they actually won, and now Ai lost. But there's another way to look at this story, not from God's people's perspective, but from the nation of Ai. Now think about this. The Israelites come upon them. They don't know how the battle's going to go. They have this great success against the nation of Israel. And so now Israel comes back at them. Now they think, oh, we've already got this. We can defeat them in every way. Well, not knowing that God had actually told his people, hey, come to the edge of the city. And then as Ai comes out to confront you, you retreat. That will actually draw them into an ambush. And then you can experience this victory in the midst of this ambush. So sure enough, it happens exactly that way. Joshua leads his people out. He's situated some of his army out along the way in the forest, in the places where they can't be seen, right? And so as Ai comes out and confronts Joshua, the people of God begin to retreat, and the nation of Ai thinks, oh, we're winning, everything's going great. This is exactly the way it happened last time. And yet then they get out in the middle of the ambush and they're attacked. And we hear in Joshua chapter 8 what I think is a tremendously sad verse. The men of Ai turned and looked back, and smoke from their city was rising to the sky, and they could not escape in any direction. And the troops who had fled in the wilderness, now they became the pursuers. You see, they did not even know they were losing. They actually thought they were winning. And that brings a truth, I think, from this chapter that we can apply to our own lives, that without God, even when we're winning, we're actually losing. And here's what's so subtle about it. Is in the midst of the winning, we can write the wrong story. Because we're winning in the moment, because this relationship feels good in the moment, we're experiencing success here in this one circumstance. In the midst of everything going right, our 401ks going up, our family being great, our career progressing in some way, we can suddenly begin to remove ourselves from God. And because we are winning, we can just assume we're going to keep on winning. But here's the guarantee from Scripture. Without God, even if we're winning, we're losing. And here's the sad part of that story. We're not going to really know that we have lost until it's too late. Even as the nation of Ai is pursuing after Israel, thinking, we've got this, it's not until the very moment they are ambushed that they realize we've fallen in for a trap. Do you recognize that materialism is a trap? It makes you feel like you're winning, but you're actually losing. That pursuing after power, your own success, that pride itself is actually a trap, and it feeds you this concept that everything is going great. So look, clearly if you're being successful here, you're going to be successful in the long run, and you can deceive yourselves into thinking, I'm winning now, so I'm going to forever win. But if our hearts are not softened toward God, if they are not leaning upon him, depending upon him, no matter how successful we're being in this very moment, we need to even take that success as a warning. Because without God, even when we're winning, we're losing.